So we've created a nation building and leadership development program where business leaders and school principals work together in a co-learning and co-action partnership to develop leadership capacity and also fix our education crisis in South Africa. So having just heard Tom Peters talk about his frustration with business schools, I've been sitting with that same frustration that says business schools don't really give leaders an opportunity to understand the context. And in South Africa we have a unique issue that we have a very, as you know, very unequal society. We have the spatial rich people, affluent people live in one area and poor people live in another area, and we're not mixing and we're not creating the future that we are committed to. So our big idea is to create a learning opportunity in our townships with business leaders learning about leading in this volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous world by doing something really important, and that is to build leadership capacity in the townships. So we have 672 business leaders in very varied levels in organizations, some of them CEOs and chairmen and middle managers, working in this year-long partnership, which then ideally go on in the second and third and fourth year to build the leadership capacity that's not in our schools and is the reason why our schools are not succeeding. So that's our big idea. Our big idea is, could we as a nation develop these cross-sectoral collaborations between business, government, civil society to deal with the most significant issue facing our country, rather than business sitting on the sideline and pointing fingers at government, actually get involved, share what they have to do in a way that feels meaningful and reciprocal and valuable to them too. Well, certainly in South Africa, and this is different from the rest of the world, but in South Africa, we are failing our children. And in Africa, the large majority of young people are unemployed, and they're unemployed because they haven't got good education foundations, and that's going to cost us our future. So for us in Africa, leaders in Africa, we have to be focused on the youth and how do we make sure that we prepare them for a dignified life. So in Africa, our big issue is youth unemployment and the cost of young people not living lives that feel purposeful, and the feeling that they've been let down by the adults, and that's leading to an enormous sense of anger and resentment. And if we don't deal with that in the next decade, Africa will burn. And so that has to be, we won't have companies in Africa if we don't deal with this issue. So I think this is a real opportunity for us to reconnect with our humanity, and what is always going to be needed is for people to have compassion and courage and grit. And so I think it's a great opportunity to develop those areas of our lives that we in the past maybe have neglected in this pursuit of STEM, to reconnect with who we are as human beings. So many of the people who are here and who have been celebrated by Thinkers 50 had a huge impact on my life, and so it's just wonderful for me to be here together to celebrate great ideas, because I think we so often live in this action-oriented world that we're not creating time to think and to celebrate thought. So I'm a big fan of great thinkers.